Talking with Topher is sponsored by slowdownclothing.bigcodchild.com. Put in promo code TOPHER before you check out for 10% off your purchase. More on that later. And let's get into episode 139. What is happening, TwT fans? It is December 1st. Woo! Here we go. All right, December 1st, 2022. And how are all of you? I hope everything is going well. I hope you're getting all your shopping done and everything that is going to be crazy this month, right? Because it is December. Here it is. Let's see how it goes. But before I get into anything today, let's start off by saying thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers for subscribing. All right. Keep sharing, rating the podcast. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the podcast, that's right. You just stopping by. You need to be hitting that subscribe button. It's the one thing I'm asking everybody to do. It is the most important thing that you can do for the podcast and for me. But go ahead and do that. Of course, give a thumbs up for the videos, share, rate, and review the podcast, and always leave comments in the comment section. All of that helps the podcast grow, puts it out into the algorithm, and helps get in front of more eyes, making it bigger and bigger, and I need your help to do that. If you want to get more involved with the podcast, that's right, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's the official email of the podcast. Whether you want to get your story out there or you want to get some advice or maybe you want to be a guest, go ahead and send that email over. You can send video, audio, or typed out email, and you can send that over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Of course, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. That's right. I'm on all the social media almost all week, every week, trying to get some extra content out there. There's shorts as well, but go and follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. And now with all that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. Yes, so I have been just power throughing everything right now. I've got a new position that I'm going to be taking up. Actually, as of today, December 1st, it's my first day on the job. So I am there right now working, which is kind of funny. That's right. I'm starting to wear my Christmas shirts, right? It's time to celebrate. Maybe if that's what you're capable of doing. I know this is sad times for a lot of people as well, but it is supposed to be a happy month. So I hope everybody is enjoying the start of December. I don't know about this weather right now. Hopefully, we've already gotten a little bit more chilly, and the snow is around the corner because I believe it was predicted. And, of course, this is before Thanksgiving right now. So I believe Thanksgiving was supposed to be like 70 degrees, which is absolutely insane to talk about. I mean, the weather that we're having here in New England, period, is something to talk about. I mean, it's unheard of. I think this is records. Highs for Boston, New England, Manchester. All of us are seeing these crazy, almost, I wouldn't call it like a heat wave, but 70 degrees is really warm for this time of year. It should be like 40 degrees right now. You know, we would be thankful to see 50 degrees like right now. So to see it where it is pretty incredible. So what else is going on? So what I'm dealing with right now is I have left New Hampshire Vape Gallery, right? And it wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right decision, and I did it correctly. I gave 4 weeks notice, right? Most people only give 2. Some people don't even give that. So I went above and beyond to help him out and make sure that he could find somebody to hopefully help fill my shoes and at least get another body in the building so that he can continue on with all the daily tasks that the vape gallery has. But so I did all of that. Worked the extra time. I put in the extra effort. I helped train the new employee to the best of my ability. He was only capable of showing up for like 6 hours. So to do everything that I'm doing for 6 years and to teach somebody that in 6 hours, you know, hopefully he's got a good memory. That's all I can say. I just hope that everything works out, and I wish nothing ill upon the vape shop or anybody getting into the vape industry today. But I will say that it's a tough industry to be in today. Now, I've gone into the restaurant industry, and this is completely out of my comfort zone. One, I got to play with food, which I have never been a fan of. Two, I got to be around food, cooking food, in a kitchen, hot stuff, burning myself, chance of cutting my hands. All kinds of injuries can happen where I didn't have any of those thoughts at the vape gallery. You know, the worst part of my day was standing around by myself waiting for customers to come in. And, you know, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And like I said, I'm not angry. I'm not upset. Actually, I just got done with my fast. That's right. The 5-day water fast just ended for me. So now I started eating. I started eating last night, and it felt really good to get some food in the system. I woke up this morning and everything was running properly because I didn't eat anything that was solid, right? It was all like peanut butter is very squishy. Jesus Christ, the soft boiled eggs that I ate were very soft, and then I had a kubacha, so just enough protein, and some good nutrients going in the system, and then allowing my stomach to expand overnight allowed everything to work this morning. So that was amazing. But you know, now I'm going to be, I'm so excited to be done with the fast because of the simple fact that this is my last fast. I've come to the realization that I am torturing myself, and I was talking to my sister, and I'll get back to what I was talking about in a moment. But when I was talking to my sister, you know, I realized that I am completely and absolutely torturing myself at this point, and I do believe it's because I hate myself. And it's not that I hate myself the way that I am today. I hate myself for what I've done in my past, and I'm still trying to make up for that. And so the 5-day water fast had multiple roles to play in my life. It was to stay away from drinking for 6 months. It was to show that I have good discipline and that I can do hard things. And then it was also to reset the gut. Well, I don't need to reset my gut because of the way the fast goes. My gut is pretty much set and I don't have any complications, so no need to do that anymore. As for the discipline part of it, I have so many things that I need to be disciplined for as of right now, especially this new job or career, as I like to call it, because that's what it feels like it's going to be. So because of that, now I don't really need to fast. I'm going to be very disciplined in everything that I need to learn and do and replicate and duplicate and make sure that it's happening. So my next 3 months of my life are going to be absolute chaos and nothing but a learning curve. I got to do some Serve Pro thing where I'm certified in handling foods or knowing how to handle cleaning stuff, bacteria, cross-contamination. So I've got a lot to learn, and I'm very excited about all of it. But I'm also, you know, I don't need to be fasting anymore. And then the last part of it all is that I am just torturing myself. I am literally making myself do this every 6 months because I'm like, you were a piece of crap for 37 years and you deserve this. And you know what? I don't deserve it anymore. I don't. I think over the last 6 years, I've come a long way, honestly. I've had a lot of people tell me this. Actually, a lot of the people that I told that I was leaving the vape gallery, they were happy for me. Some people told me that they didn't think that my true potential was being utilized. Some people told me that, you definitely can do this. And then some people were like, ooh, I'm not sure if that was the right decision. And I go, you know what? I agree with all of you. I agree with every single one of you because I felt the exact same way. All the emotions, all the everything, but getting prepared, pre-recording all of these episodes so that everything is out there for you. All the rest of November, of course, all of December, and then this is what I really wanted to get into was the simple fact that I figured out the podcast. Now, may have mentioned a couple weeks ago, I think it's a couple weeks ago at this point, you might see some crossover, some talk about some other things that I already talked about. I can't remember. I'm trying my best, but hopefully by the end of all this, I've made a lot of sense and not as much run around or repeating. But I've figured out what I'm going to do. I have my new schedule. All right. So right now I still get my Wednesdays off. So I don't get Mondays off anymore, but I get my Wednesdays off. So I still have record time. I still have edit time, but it's not as much time. So what's going to happen is I'm probably going to cut out Topher's topics. All right. I am still going to be spending every day of my life as an alcoholic, trying to stay away from alcohol. So this may become more of that again. It could be something completely different. But what I can promise you is that I'm going to try to have a podcast out every single week. I'm just not exactly sure of the complete structure of it. But it seems like right now, the first half of the podcast, which is just me kind of going on about things in my life and how I'm still staying away from alcohol and certain drugs and doing things, that could be the norm for a little bit, and I got about 3 or 4 months before things could change again. So just stick with it. Stay subscribed. I appreciate it. But we're going to be changing it. And, I think I was talking about how I have a lot of things that I need to learn and do, and that's why I was reconfiguring the podcast with the schedule and everything that I got to do because I need to focus on this part of my life, my career, and get this off and running. And once I'm in my full position, I've been told that I basically make my own schedule. And I was like, what? Is this for real? And they're like, yeah, this is for real. This is why we keep telling you we don't really have a schedule for you. Because by the time I get to where I'm supposed to be as the franchise operations director of Rap City, which is what I'm going to be running around taking care of 9 stores. That's right. I finally got hired to do what I was supposed to be doing 6 years ago. All right. That's what I was hired for when I went to New Hampshire Vape Gallery. And I was not supposed to be sitting behind that counter 6 years later, still helping customers. So when all of the customers noticed that my attitude had dropped a little bit and I was unsincere and like a robot, that's because I made something that was completely duplicatable and you could teach somebody that and they were capable of repeating it. Because that's what I was hired to do. I was hired to make things work and make things copyable, repeatable, and duplicatable. And I did all of that. So I did exactly what I was hired for, but unfortunately, years 5 and 6, I was not being utilized for what I had done. So, therefore, what am I supposed to do, right? So now I'm getting the opportunity that I've been dreaming about for 6 years. Actually, yeah, I already said this, but 9 years ago, I was going into the assistant manager program, and that was the dream. So now this is a step up from that dream. This is a step up from that. I'm not locked into one store. I'm taking care of all of them. So, like I said, there is a lot to learn. I'm under a lot of pressure, and I have to get this right because everything, like I said before, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I betted on myself, and now I'm all in. but I'm still going to have a podcast for all of you out there. I'm sorry that I drifted so far away from what I was talking about earlier, but that's okay. Let's move on. So what I'm noticing is that everybody right now, my neighbors had chickens and they were doing natural boss. That is all come to an end. I think maybe everybody noticed with the sponsors, they're non-existent. It's just slow down at the moment, and I don't even know if that's going to continue into the new year because I can't get a hold of them. So because I can't get a hold of them, as of right now, I'm going to say as of the new year, there'll be none. No sponsors, no ads. So that's good, right? For all of you out there viewing, you'll just be able to come on, see the beginning. Boom, we'll just get right into it, and that'll be the podcast come 2023, which I'm absolutely fine with. I don't have as much time, so less things to do is easier on me. But yeah, so communication with certain sponsors has not been easy, and for that reason, I don't want to chase you anymore, so I'm done. Unless you reach out to me, then we can continue, but I'm not doing it anymore. And then Natural Boss is over. Unfortunately, all of their chickens got attacked by 2 raccoons. They got 1 chicken left that they're recouping. Poor little guy. And then they're going to rehome it. So they're not doing the chickens. Natural Boss is all done. I've left New Hampshire Vape Gallery. Because of that, I'm no longer going to do ads because in a couple weeks, I'm going to be telling you exactly how I feel about the industry and exactly where I think the industry's going, and it definitely collides with everything that I was doing at the vape shop. But I will tell you right now, and I will tell you in a couple, or maybe next week, couple weeks, whatever it happens to be, that is the vape shop to still go to. The guy that replaced me is still knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about. They're still going to help you. They're still the same New Hampshire Vape Gallery. I'm just no longer there. So you need to go to that vape shop forever and always because they are the best. I think they'll always be the best as long as they maintain everything we've been doing for 6 years. It's going to keep doing what it does. So so because of that ad is gone. So we'll see what actually happens by 2023. Maybe I'll actually get a phone call. Maybe Slow Down will still be a sponsor. But at this point in time, I'm looking at 2023 as just being me talking like this into the mic. No more ads, no more sponsors, and just keeping it around 30 to maybe 40 minutes. Quick, in and out, weekly. And if I have time, I will fit in guests. I haven't worked 7 to 6. I think I'm doing right now is what my schedule is going to be. 7 to 6. I mean, I'm going to be able to hit night jujitsu. I'm going to be able to get home before 7 o'clock at night. I mean, this is crazy. I'm getting so many hours. You figure if I get home at 7, right? That's 2 hours a night. That's 10 hours a week that I got back in my life, So I'm really excited for this. Right now I'm going to be doing 45 hours, and my driving time's chopped down to 15 minutes. Let's be honest. It's 20 or 25 with traffic. I mean, that's half the time. It's half of it. So saving on gas, saving on travel. Very excited for this new opportunity, and I'm excited to get into it. But so with everybody stopping what they're doing, it's not me, though. Like I just said, the podcast is going to get revamped for 2023, and I'm super, super pumped for it. Are you running around right now trying to get all your Christmas shopping done? Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you, you don't even have to leave the house today. No, you can stay right there, right where you are, sitting on your butt in front of your computer, and you can order the coolest gifts you're going to give anybody this holiday season. That's right, it's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. If you don't know how to spell it, it's right here at the bottom of the screen, or you can click the link in the description below the video. You're going to give the coolest gifts ever. That's right. Not only do they have a wide variety of clothing and everything else to choose from, but they come with the coolest colors, the best prints, and now with only a couple weeks away from Christmas, you're going to want to get those ordered immediately to get them shipped to your house in time for the holidays. And what better way to do it than to use a promo code TOPHER, and get an extra 10% off that purchase this year. Isn't that incredible? Spreading the holiday cheer by saving money. Yes, you get to save money, get really great products at a great price, and put the smiles on your friends and family's faces that they're gonna be so happy when they receive these gifts. I'm telling you right now, this is where you want to be getting your gifts this year. You can get winter jackets, you can get skateboards and gloves and hats and shirts and kids' tees. Oh, speaking of kids, they're all going to be on school vacation for this holiday season. So why not send them back to school looking extra cool in their Slow Down Clothing t-shirts? Everybody's going to be asking where they got those. How did you get such cool shit? And you're going to be able to tell them, well, my mom and dad bought it for me for Christmas, and this is where they got it because this is the only place you can get this stuff and be this cool. They're all tattooed inspired. The shirts are amazing. The designs are flawless, and the colors are super bright, and everything holds up from wash to wash to wash. So why are you buying anything else this holiday season when you should be going to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com today and get an extra 10% off your purchase using TOPHER? Heat, gas, and everything else is expensive enough. Save some money on your gifts this year and get the gifts that are going to put the smiles on everybody's face. And the only place to get those gifts are right here at slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You're not sure how to spell it? It's right here at the bottom of the screen, or you can click the link in the description below the video. And of course, before you check out, use promo code TOPHER for an extra 10% off your purchase today. I do have to say, doing 13 fastings over the last 6.5 years has been extremely rewarding, and I kind of wanted to get into this a little bit because my first two fasts, which my first one was November of 2015, and I had still been drinking then. So I fasted for 5 days, right? Which the first one was the easiest. I can still remember it. By Wednesday I was starving. Thursday I was fine. Friday I didn't even care. Compare that to today's fast. For 48 hours, all I thought about was food. It was absolutely insane how I was going crazy thinking about all these heavy, heavy foods. And it was basically my stomach telling me that I just want to be full. I want to be full now. So you can't give in to that. You got to, I've said this multiple times now, but you got to take it slow. Right. And so because of that, when I finished my first 5-day water fast back in 2015, I actually had a whole bunch of alcohol left over. So at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, whatever it happened to be when the fast ended, I always make sure to be up so I can eat something. But I was also taking shots of liquor. I think it was like cognac or fucking whiskey or something. And then the second fast, I did the exact same thing. I had a little snifter all loaded up, ready to go, everything. Like, it was crazy. I went through a 5-day water fast of cleaning. Now, at this time, between November of 2015 and April of 2016, I was actually cleaning out my gut. I was actually doing what I was supposed to with the fast because it needed it. It needed the reset. I needed this discipline. But all it did was keep me from drinking those 5 days. And then at the end of it, I was drinking again, which is why in September of 2016, that's when I don't know if that's why, but in 2016, on September 14th, when I quit alcohol, the next fast after that, my third one, was my first one without alcohol at all. So, and I do have to say that, like, I found that to be very interesting. Looking back at all my past history on my fasting, I was like, holy crap. Holy crap. I did it. Why did I was drinking at the very end of the fast, like empty stomach, no food in it, just taking shots and getting fucking hammered at like 11 or 12 at night, and then going to bed, and then waking up and stuffing my face with anything I could find, which then therefore constipated me. But I was like, holy shit, look at that. When I started fasting, I was still fucking drinking like an asshole. And then, the third one, the fourth one, and all the way up. So, I was like, 11 of them has been without alcohol. And now the fasts have gotten to the point where it's not until like the fourth or fifth day where everything in the gut lets go. And I mean, it's horrendous, right? It's like the blackest of black. It's the stinkiest of stinks. And I felt amazing when it happened, but I was like, I don't think I need to be doing this anymore. There's like barely anything coming out anymore. So I'm like, why do I want to keep doing this to myself? And I don't think I do, but that's not what I'm getting into. What I'm getting into is that I still take my supplements every fast because I never want to break the vitamin D and B12 and all this other stuff. And I know some people look at that as not fasting, but you have to remember it's fall, it's flu season, all of those things happening. We do not want, almost spilled water. We do not want any of those hormones to die down on us and then therefore get sick. So I always continue that. But I also always smoke pot. Always. All day, every day. Now, at the new job, that's a different story. It's never going to happen. I'm going to treat that just like I treat my jiu-jitsu. I do not get high when I go to class. I am not doing that when I go to work. It's going to be full attention all the time. I need Hyper Chris in the front always. So, but during a fast, I smoke all the time, and which is crazy because most people are like, I don't know how you're doing this, because when I smoke, I get super hungry. And it's kind of funny. When I smoke, I do get hungry, I'll be honest with you, but I know that's in my brain. Realistically, when I smoke, I lose my appetite. Like, if I want to smoke a dab, I have to, like, if I'm about to eat or smoke a dab, I will eat first, then I'll smoke the dab. Because if I smoke the dab, I'm not eating. Now, I know that's weird, right? I know. I don't know how many other people do this shit. I don't know if I'm by myself. But I'm like, shit, is this something abnormal about me? So I find myself, when I smoke marijuana, I do not get hungry, but my stomach's telling me I'm hungry, and I'm like, yeah, well, we haven't eaten in X amount of time. It's not the pot that's telling me to eat, which is why when people tell me I smoke and then I have to eat, you don't, right? That's in your brain. You're using an excuse. It's just a reason for you to do it. And you take that reason and you run with it because you have lack of discipline. Right? So that's what I feel anyways. Having all of the discipline in place that I have put in place for myself, the torturing, the hating myself, the making me go through these excruciating, painful situations over and over and over again. It's shown me that I can do anything. I don't know, how I would do in a gunfight. I don't know how I would do if somebody was actually jump me. I don't know how I would do in a car. Like, those things are extreme. Those are still situations that I think I would be just like everybody else, probably just freaking out, losing my mind, and being not capable of keeping things together or straight. But when it comes to eating, diet, staying away from drinking, and staying away from food for 5 days repeatedly, twice a year for 6.5 years, I think I got that down. So I don't know if that would help in any of those other extreme situations, but I feel like I got a little bit of a leg up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen in those extreme situations, and they're happening everywhere. It can happen anywhere. I mean, I wanted to find out what happened to that truck driver on Manchester on South Willow Street before the Manchester Mall, and it turned out to be road rage. Turned out to be a road rage incident. The guy from the other car threw something at the truck. The truck driver got out. He got out of his car, shot him in the friggin' head and neck and chest or whatever, and dropped him there in the street in front of his kid who was still sitting in the truck. And then they finally caught him. I hope he rots in jail. But it was a road rage incident. I was right. And I was like, oh my God. So guess what? I'm going to say it again. Don't let anybody, don't worry about them. If they're cutting you off, if they're driving like assholes, if they're doing something crazy, or if you're the person that's the crazy person behind the steering wheel, you know, you don't have to shoot anybody over a fucking red light or this or that. Or how about the other guy that got shot, the rapper there, Tailspin, Takeoff, whatever his name was, unfortunately wasn't even playing dice or crabs or whatever the fuck they were doing in an alley and gets taken out over somebody else's hostility. I mean, fucking A, people, that sucks. That super sucks. That the simple fact that like people are just so on edge that they're just, you piss them off to a point, they're just going to get out of the car and shoot you. So at the end of the day, don't do it. Ignore them. If they're beeping at you, whatever, get out of their way. Let them go around. If they cut you off, fucking don't worry about it. Slam on the brakes. Be thankful you didn't get into an accident. Keep moving on, because that person may shoot you from their car moving, or they might get out of the car and shoot you. But either way, you could wind up getting shot over a simple fucking motor vehicle incident. I mean, that's insane. There should be no reason for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what we have to do to keep the guns out of crazy people's hands. But I don't think it's ever going to happen because of the way our Constitution is written. But I do think that we can take the next step ourselves and just ignore the fact that, you know, you almost ran me off the road. But you didn't, so therefore I'm just going to not pay attention to you. Or like I have people speed up to, you know, on the highway and stuff. And it's like, dude, I'm not racing you. No. Like, what are we talking about here? Why? We're the only two on the highway. It's fucking 9 o'clock at night, but I'm not racing you. I literally slow down. I slow down now. Or I put on my my speed control and I just set it. And then if they want to keep, I'm not going any faster than what I'm going right now. So you can move on, or you can go around, or you can do whatever you want, but I'm not engaging you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So I just think it's a crazy world out there, and we got so much going on. And I'm telling you right now, the best thing for all of us to do is to have more discipline in our lives. Even if you, like, I put myself through everything that I've gone through in the last 6.5 years, and it's been completely and absolutely worth it. People have been so positively responsive, and it is just something I am not used to. I am not used to getting phone calls from friends being like, dude, I just heard that you moved on. I am proud of you. I can't believe you did it. You know, and I was just like, wow. So it all pays off. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work, and you really have to prove yourself. But once you've done it, man, is it weird at first, but it's starting to feel normal. I'm starting to be okay with a little bit of compliments. I'm starting to be okay with all of it. So my biggest message to everybody out there is, if you want to do something, do it. Grab a hold of it. Go and take it. If you are offered something that is just absolutely insane, like you're just like, I can't even believe this is being presented in front of me, you need to grab that. It doesn't matter how much it's going to disrupt your life or how much it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, because if that's the thing that's going to get you to where you need to be, then that's just what you need to be doing. And that's my message today. All right? And let's get into, I got one Topher's topic today. I am watching Graham Hancock's new Netflix show. I wish I could remember Ancient Something, but absolutely incredible. I highly, highly recommend it. I can't wait to dive into the last 7 episodes. The first episode is mind-blowing that we found a pyramid on top of a mountain that could date back. The lowest level of it could date back 22,000 years BC. 22,000. So we could be much older than we think we are. And you know what's crazy to me is that how scientists and archaeologists and all these people, they just defame him. I don't even know if that's the word, but they belittle him for being this journalist, for being for doing what he's doing, and it's bullshit. Hey, it doesn't matter if he's an archaeologist or not. He's a journalist. He's journaling. He's checking things out. He's having people drill into the ground and pull out the dirt samples from way down below. And they're measuring those dirt samples and they're comparing them to dirt samples that we have from other things. And it's actual, it's factual, it's there, it's in front of your face. And these archaeologists are like, no, this isn't true. This doesn't fit our narrative and it's false. And it's like, why is it, okay, we always do this? Why is it we always do this? If it doesn't fit the main narrative of whatever is going on, you can put anything on it. COVID, vaccines, how old the earth is. Like, when you have all these facts and then you still have the people in power saying, no, this isn't right, we're going to keep fighting you on this. It is so frustrating to me today, because I'm like, wait a minute, this is the way it's supposed to be. Science is not final. Science is always a question. Well, archaeology should also always be an unanswered question. It should be an unanswered question, always. You should be able to ask more of what's going on, because this isn't the end. And just because it fits into your food pyramid fit into your narrative. You paid off the sugar company to say sugar was good. Like, are we supposed to keep getting fucking duped by this corporation, this fucking thing that runs our lives, that feeds us toxic food, gives us false information, and then coddles everybody who is just unworthy of being coddled? You know what I mean? Like, I am just getting so tired of it. So when they talked about it on Rogan, I was so in. I was like, this is amazing. Because I love Graham Hancock, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name right now. But he's awesome too. He does all the flooding and stuff, and it's just incredible. And I was so pumped for it. And then me and my wife watched the first episode probably about 2 nights ago, I think now. I'm losing track of time. So great episode. But look at this. They found a tunnel discovered beneath Egyptian temple may lead to Cleopatra's tomb, archaeologists say. So I guess this is where the pyramid is. Kathleen Martins, an archaeologist of University of Santo Domingo, has been searching for lost tomb of Cleopatra for nearly 20 years. Now she believes she made a pivotal breakthrough. Martinez and her team uncovered a 1,305 meter, 4,281 foot tunnel located 13 meters, that's 43 feet underground. The Egyptian Ministry for Tourism and Antiques recently announced an architectural design experts called an engineering miracle. The evacuation revealed a huge religious center with 3 sanctuaries and a sacred lake, more than 1,500 objects, busts, statues, golden pieces, and huge collection of coins portraying Alexander the Great, Queen Cleopatra, and full. That's a full mines. Full mines. Martins told CNN, and I think this is Martins here. That's Kathleen, that found this. And I'm not gonna keep reading it, but this is an old movie. She's only portraying that's Elizabeth Taylor appearing as Cleopatra in the 1963 movie Cleopatra. Oh my God, I remember that movie. That's fucking crazy, dude. I used to watch that when I was, an adolescent, a little kid. Jesus, my mom loved Elizabeth Taylor. I mean, who didn't back then, right? So I guess this is some of the statues that they found, evacuations so far. Have unearthed more than 1,500 ancient objects. Egyptian Ministry of Tourism. All right. So they are just, emptying some stuff out. The search for the lost tomb has taken Martins under the Mediterranean Sea. Under it? Oh, really? So that's very interesting. So I would recommend checking out the, that's tweaky. I would definitely recommend, checking it out, reading the whole article. But yeah, so with all these, there's more and more discoveries showing up all the time. Go and check out that new Netflix series, Graham Hancock's Ancient Something. You'll find it. It's brand new on Netflix. As of right now, it's probably about 2 or 3 weeks old. But I would still go check it out if you haven't. It's absolutely amazing. And I just love this stuff. I've told you, I've been a fan of trying to figure out where we're at today. You know what I mean? Like, how far back does this actually go? Were we at this point at one time or another already? And maybe not with the cameras and the technology, but they had some fucking technology that we cannot deny. We cannot deny that we do not know how they built the pyramids. We cannot deny that the Sphinx has a different body and a different head, and they both have different timelines, and there's erosion from rainwater on it. So therefore, it dates back much further than expected. So with all of these discoveries, I believe we're going to find out that what we're going through right now, we've gone through time and time again. And if the asteroids don't completely demolish us and blow us off the planet again for, I don't know, how many times do you think it's happened? I think it would be the 4th or 5th time. That's what I'm thinking. If we're going to go 22,000 BC, which is 24,000 years ago, some shit has happened, and we have come up and been wiped out again and again and again. But here we are today, and hopefully Putin doesn't wipe us out. But I've already said this too. If you're going to do it, buddy, don't threaten me. I don't like empty threats. I don't find them intimidating. I actually find them to be irritating. So if you're going to do it, bud, do it. So I don't know what else to say about that, but this stuff is wild. So if you got time, go check it out. If it interests you, definitely go check it out. And get ready for the end of the month, all right? The end of the month, the Christmas episode will be with a guest. I'll be announcing this many times all over the place, but I want to let everybody know just before Christmas will be the guest. And then after Christmas, just before the new year, I got a really fun podcast for everybody. All right. I'm doing something completely different. I'm going way out of my comfort zone, and it's going to be super fun. All right. So we'll be sitting down and recording all of those later this week. Next week. No, in the next 2 weeks. Be sitting down and recording all of this. We'll have everything prepared. And like I said already, there will be no interruptions to the podcast from now until all the way into 2023. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit shorter, but still getting into it. All right. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're the reason I keep coming back week after week. Keep sharing, rating, and reviewing the podcast. Of course, if you're new to the podcast, remember to subscribe. It's the one thing I need everybody to do. You can also give a thumbs up for the video. And if you want to get more involved with the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. You can type it out, send in a video, audio, however you want to send in your email. Go ahead and send that over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Again, that's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. And with all that being said, I hope everybody out there has an amazing Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. Be kind to one another. And I will talk to you later.